Hi, I'm Jaemin from Frazer Holmes Coaching. Let me tell you a bit about why coaching is so powerful to assist people in making great change and transforming their lives. If you think about presenting symptoms that coaching works really, really well in, the first is issues of hopelessness. Be it someone who's hopeless in every area of their life or only hopeless in one or two areas of their life. Hopelessness is about feeling stuck. It's about feeling like there's no room to move and you don't know what to do. And it's not because you haven't tried. Often people have tried everything they know to do, but it still isn't working, and then they feel hopeless. And it's definitely an issue that coaching has a lot to say about and brings some great change in. So the cause of hopelessness is feeling like you're out of options and you have no choice. If you have five options and four of them don't work, well there's still hope, because that last one might be the game changer. But if all five options fail, well, then hope evaporates. And if you feel like you're in a place where you haven't chosen to be here and there's no choice available to you, well, that's a very hopeless place. So coaching speaks directly to this issue of hopelessness by dealing with the cause and in fact saying, in quite a confronting and challenging way, well, in fact, we are exactly where we have chosen to be and we have 100% choice. While we might not choose the things that happen to us, we always get to choose our response. And we have 100% choice around that. No one can make us happy. No one can make us sad. No one can make us angry. No one can make us succeed. No one can make us fail. We get to choose how we respond. And that's something that only we can do. And so it's this sense of placing this choice back inside a person's reach. And the amazing fruit of that is hope emerges. The moment a person realizes, oh my goodness, I do have a choice. Of course I've got a choice. In fact, I've got an incredible amount of choice. I get to choose what I'm focused on. I get to choose the story I'm telling myself. I get to choose the response I make to what happens to me in life. I get to choose the meaning I place on the key events and conversations and experiences I have. I get to choose my emotional state. I get to choose my beliefs. There's an amazing amount of choice available, and hope comes back. Fantastic. So then the next symptom that emerges once a person embraces choice often is now a sense of helplessness, because they realize, yes, okay, great, fantastic, I do have 100% choice, but there are a number of really strong, powerful external factors in my life, be they people or situations, that seem to really limit my ability to use that choice. So no matter what choice I make, these strong people or things in my world have power over me. And I feel helpless, really. So the cause is this disempowered state that a person has found themselves in, and this victimhood. And the coaching space, again, speaks directly to this issue by looking at the cause and says, well, in fact, not only are we exactly where we've chosen to be, but we are 100% responsible for the results that we're getting. So let's let go of blame and excuse and embrace responsibility and choice. How much responsibility? 100% responsibility. We're even 100% responsible for training others how to treat us by what we allow and what we deny. So again, confronting and challenging. And the beautiful thing about the power of coaching and why it's so powerful is because it's set up in a judgment-free space where the client is the expert in their life. As the coach, I'm not here to tell them what to do or how to do that. Only serve them to get their goals, to get more of what they want. And so in that space, we're free to be as real and as honest as we need to be to get that outcome. So replacing this sense of disempowered, blame, excuse, victimhood, it's not my fault, and replacing it with 100% responsibility, all of a sudden brings back power. So it's this sense of, my goodness, not only do I have hope, but I have power. I have power to change my results. I have power to change my world. I have power to change what is happening in my space. So the next challenge is when a person realizes their sense of personal power and then goes to use it in their world. Because I'm sure you could imagine it doesn't always go well for them, especially where there have been strong people in their world, or strong forces, strong things in their environment that have held power over them. And when this person now becomes empowered and stands up and says, no, that's not how it's going to be, or begins the process of retraining others how to treat them, and where they have previously tolerated things they haven't enjoyed, now they're saying they're no longer going to tolerate those things and things must change and they deserve better. It doesn't always go well for them, because often people don't enjoy the process of being retrained. And where people have held power over another for a long time, they don't enjoy giving that power back. And so the really interesting thing that happens when a client goes to take power back into their world is often they come back with a sense of hurtfulness. So they've been so excited and encouraged and empowered, and then they've gone to retrain their world, and their world has responded badly, and it becomes so personal and so hurtful and so unfair and so frustrating. Now, the reason why it becomes so hurtful is because of the external attachments this person has, or a sense of neediness. So by attachments, I mean things outside of them to prop them up, to tell them that they are valuable, that they are worthwhile, that they are significant. For example, often people have the tendency to please others in order to feel good about themselves. So the attachment is others' happiness. So if my world is happy with me, then I feel good about myself. If those in my world are unhappy with me, then I feel bad about myself. Sometimes attachments are a measure of performance, or achieving a certain grade or a certain mark. And without that, then the person feels insignificant and worthless. If you don't actually need anything from another person, if you don't need their approval, their affection, their attention, then when they take it away, when they threaten to take it away, it doesn't really matter, because you have no neediness. So the coaching space says the reason you are so hurt by others' bad behavior is because you need them to behave well in order to feel good about yourself. But what if we let go of these external attachments? What if we cut the cord that linked your personal significance and worth and happiness as a person with what others said or did, with things that you can't even control? And what if we replace it with more internal resourcefulness? Because the person who's actually able to hold on to their power in spite of others behaving badly is the person who's able to look themselves in the mirror and say, do you know what? There's nothing to prove here. I don't need to justify myself. I know that I'm a good person. I know that I deserve love, and that's what I will get from my world. So whether you like me, or whether you agree with me, or whether you think I'm doing the right thing, that doesn't really matter, because I know that I'm doing the right thing. So it's this beautiful place of being able to give yourself love, to give yourself a high level of belief, to give yourself acceptance, to let go of judgment. And that is the place where a person is able to hang on to their power. And the amazing fruit of that is freedom, where all these external pressures and people often hem them in. Now there's a freedom. There's a sense of humor. The things that were once so hurtful and so personal now kind of drop off, and there's a chance to see them objectively for what they are. And where others are carrying on like a 2-year-old, well, there's a chance to look at that and laugh and go, really? You think that would make a difference for me? You think that would actually affect my decisions because you're carrying on so poorly? Of course not. That's just crazy. And it gives the chance for full engagement. The person who's actually able to be fully engaged in relationships, in work, in business, in life, is the person who actually doesn't need to be. The person who's not defined by those things or attached to them. So they are free to be fully engaged. So this is an amazing process that happens day in, day out in the coaching space. It's why it's so powerful. It's why it's so effective. We see people making extraordinary changes every day of the week through this process.